2, 3.
Oh. Oh, Canada.
Oh.
1, 2,
3.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Canada.
We are going to be doing a little bit of a different video today, and it's going to be called Translating Canadian Slang. So if you didn't know, we are from Canada. We're Canadian through and through. Well, actually, Chris is Jamaican Canadian, and I am French Canadian. And we thought this would be a fun video to do, just to share some of the words that we say here in Canada, and we'll kind of translate them for you, and then you guys can start using them too if you want to feel Canadian. So the first word is toque.
Toque.
Toque. A toque is
also pronounced touquet.
No. A toque is that winter knit hat that you put on your head in the winter time. So basically you're like, kids, go grab your toque.
But like cool kids wear them in the summer too.
Yeah, if they're trying to be emo.
Yeah.
Okay, the second slang word we have for you is double double.
Double double. I don't do double doubles.
No, but double double means that when you're going through to a coffee shop or through a drive-through, if you say you want a small double double, it means you want a coffee with 2 creams and 2 sugars. So if you say that anywhere in Canada, they will know what you're talking about.
Double double, but I don't drink coffee. Toonie or loony?
So a toonie or a loony would be something you keep in your wallet. It's money. And a toonie would be our $2 coin, and a loony would be our $1 coin.
When they came out with the loony, they didn't know what to call it. It was to replace the $1 bill, and they put a loon on it, and everyone just started calling it a loony. Then they got the toonie, and that was to replace the $2 bill, which is kind of probably weird for you because you probably have never heard of a $2 bill. But we had a $2 bill, and they didn't know what to call the $2 coin, so they called it a toonie, even though there's no loon on it. Kittycorner.
Kittycorner means something that is diagonally across from something else. So if you're like, the gas station is kittycorner from the Walmart.
Yeah.
Then that means it's right across diagonally. Pop.
Pop.
Pop. That's the way we say like soda or any like fizzy drink that like Coke or Sprite or Pepsi or anything like that.
It's all pop.
It pop.
Soda pop.
Soda pop.
Canuck.
A Canuck is what you call a Canadian. So like if you call an Australian an Aussie, you call a Canadian a Canuck.
A Canuck.
Mountie.
Mounties are very well known. If you have ever researched Canada, Mounties always pop up, a picture of them. There are police that kind of govern the whole nation, so not like provincial or statewide, but all of Canada police. And they ride horses.
And they ride horses, and they have really big hats.
Yeah.
That's why.
Picture of Mountie here.
Chesterfield. We are currently sitting on a Chesterfield.
Well, this is a love seat.
This is a love seat, but yeah. A Chesterfield would be like a couch. And that's what we call them in Canada. There's even a store called the Chesterfield Shop.
Eaves troughs, which are on every house in Canada, and they collect the water.
Eaves troughs, like maybe like some people will call it a gutter.
Gutter, the gutters.
But in Canada we call them
eaves troughs.
Okay, the next one is a very popular Canadian slang word that most everyone associates with Canadians. So we're gonna say it on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
A.
So this is how you would use the word A. You would say, I think you need to cut the grass, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Or you do
it's basically a question mark and an exclamation mark at the end of a sentence.
Yeah, and you're saying it because you want the person to kind of agree with you. So you're like, it's so cold out today, eh?
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah. And we do use it a lot, like all the time. We say that.
Yeah. People wear t-shirts that say A. And it's spelled E-H exclamation.
Yeah. So you should watch the rest of this video, eh?
A?
Kraft Dinner. We talked about this in our vlogs a couple weeks ago, and everyone was like, what is Kraft Dinner? And I was so surprised because I was like, how do people not know what Kraft Dinner is? But KD is basically just boxed macaroni and cheese. So here in Canada, we call it Kraft Dinner.
Runners, which are
Sneakers. In Canada, we call them runners. Timbits.
Timbots.
No, not Timbots. Well, in our family, our kids call them Timbots, but they're actually called Timbits, and they're little donut holes.
You've probably seen, if you watch our vlog, you've probably seen them in our vlog a few times. Timbits.
They're from Tim Hortons, which is the most popular everyday coffee shop in Canada, all over Canada. I think it's going to the States now a little bit too, but Tim Hortons has these little donut holes and they're delicious and they're called Timbits.
Beaver Tail. What's a beaver tail?
It is a delicious treat that's in the shape of a beaver tail.
Kind of, yes.
It's like a fried dough with different toppings on it, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it could have like Nutella and bananas on it, or apples and cinnamon on it.
And icing, yeah. Yeah, the first time I ever had a beaver tail was in our nation's capital, Ottawa, on the Rideau Canal, when it was frozen over, skating with my dad.
The first time I had one was with you.
Wow.
And we were at the zoo or something.
Yeah, they sell them at the zoo.
They have them at the zoo. They get you.
It's not a real beaver tail?
No, it's just like, it's kind of like a funnel cake, but like a big funnel cake.
Yeah.
Keener.
Shelly's a real keener.
No, I'm not. A keener would be like a brown noser, so like the person in class who like always did the extra assignment or things like that. You would be like, they're such a keener.
Yeah. We were both not keeners.
No, not in school.
Yeah.
Keeners in life though.
In life. Toboggan.
So if you want to go tobogganing, that means that you want to go sledding down a hill on a sled in the snow. So we call it tobogganing.
Yeah, I remember my dad, when we bought our first toboggan, he'd wax the bottom up and get it all nice and ready to go. Giver!
Giver! So this is a really like popular thing for people to say, and if you're like trying to encourage someone to do something, you would say like, just give her.
Yeah, just give her.
Or if someone's really doing, like say Mia was really eating a big meal or something, I would say she's really giving her. Yeah, like that's kind of how you say it. So if you're encouraging someone to do something, or if you notice someone's doing something, you can use it in either.
Give her. A newfie.
A newfie is someone who comes from or lives in Newfoundland. It would be someone who probably was born and raised there, right?
Oh, I think so.
Not just be like, if we moved back to Newfoundland right now, we wouldn't be newfies.
Not really.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, my nanny was a newfie.
Yeah, Newfoundland and Labrador is on the very east side of, I'm pointing to the west, but I mean the very east side of Canada, over there. Snowbird. So if someone is a snowbird, we're not talking about like a little birdie in a tree. A snowbird is someone who lives in Canada during the summer, and then during the winter months they go and live down in like a condo in Florida.
I dream of being a snowbird.
Chris dreams of being a snowbird. We keep encouraging our parents to be snowbirds so that we can go stay at their Florida homes.
Yeah.
But basically people who don't want to endure the long winter here, and they can afford it, they become snowbirds. Yeah,
so they'll live in the States for like 6 to 8 months, and then they'll come back to Canada during the good weather. Poutine!
Poutine! Poutine is so yummy. It is basically French fries with cheese curds and gravy. Hot gravy that melts the cheese curds on the French fries. You have to eat it with a fork because it's really messy and it's the best.
A big pile of fries, big pile of cheese curds right in the middle, and then pour hot gravy right on top of that. Yeah. And then it just all melts together. And then when you lift up the fries, it's just this gooey gravy. Are
you having an experience?
Oh yeah, so good.
Literally the only time I ever craved poutine was when I was pregnant. And my sister, same thing. It's like one of those pregnancy cravings. I don't think I've had it very much since I was...
Poutine. Z.
Z is...
Not Z.
Yeah, not Z. Z is how we say the last letter of the alphabet. So in saying X, Y, Z, we say X, Y, Z. But actually, to be honest...
Z always flows better though.
Z flows better, and I always typically say Z, to be honest. But apparently...
Yeah, Z is kind of just keeps on going, but Z just stops.
I mean, X, Y, Z. kerfuffle. So if you are in a big kerfuffle, that means you're in like a big awkward or stressful situation. Yeah, so a kerfuffle would be like, you're trying to get to work on time, your tire blows up, you're at the side of the road, your cell phone breaks, you have no one to call. That's a kerfuffle.
Yes. Shelly had lots of kerfuffles.
I have a lot of them.
For sure.
For sure. For sure is something that Canadians say when we're agreeing with someone or we're just kind of going along with what someone says. So Canadians have a reputation for being really polite and kind and stuff like that. And so if you were saying, I'm gonna go do this today, do you wanna come too? You'd say, for sure. For sure, it's just, we say it all the time.
Crappy tire.
Crappy Tire is Chris's favorite store.
It's a nickname for Canadian Tire, which has all kinds of stuff that guys generally like. Tires,
Girls like
tools. Yeah, totally. And like house things, and it's just a very practical store.
It's basically like Canada's store. We don't have Target. We just recently got Walmart in the last like 10 years. We used to have a store called Zellers, which was very Canadian.
Yeah.
I think that was only in Canada too, eh?
I don't know,
eh? I used it. A hoodie.
Hoodie?
Yeah, I said that weird. A hoodie.
Hoodie.
And a hoodie would be what Chris is wearing right now. Actually, this would be a zip-up hoodie.
Zip-up hoodie.
A true hoodie is the kind of hooded sweatshirt that has no zipper in the front and has a hood on it, and we call that a hoodie.
Hoodie.
Going along with clothes, we say housecoat, which would be what a lot of Americans or other people call a robe. We call them housecoat because I guess it's just like a cozy house, a cozy coat that you wear around the house. Robe sounds so like regal too. Like I'm going to go put on my robe.
Yeah. T-dot.
T-dot, or there's two ways to say this.
New this year, the 6th.
So if you say you're going to the 6th or T-dot, that means you're going to Toronto.
Canada's largest city.
Which we live very close to. We live in like an hour away.
Oh, every day I drive to work, I can see it.
You can see the skyline of Toronto pretty much every time we drive down to where Chris works. So it's very, very close. And I think the term the 6th, didn't that come from Drake? Because Drake's Canadian. All right, so those were our Canadian slang words that we actually use on a daily basis. And we had seen our friends from Australia, Danny and Siobhan, do the Australian slang word video, which we really liked. And so it gave us the idea to do this. And I was thinking, I don't think we have enough Canadian slang words, but then when I thought about it and I looked some up, I was like, wow, we really do have a lot, more than I thought. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you wanna share it with your friends, that would be awesome. And if you have any other ideas for videos that you'd like us to do.
Or if you know any other Canadian slang words, just write them down below.
That's true, yeah. If you know any that we missed, because I'm sure we missed them, you can write them down below. And definitely comment and let us know that you watched and that you enjoyed it. Eh?
Eh?
For sure.